What's up, everyone? It's Andres Restart. So today I want to talk about what exactly the Nintendo NX is. So I kind of I took a step back and I looked at the rumors. I've looked at shareholder meetings, I've looked at interviews and different things that developers have said, and I've tried to come up with, I guess, my best educated guess for what the Nintendo NX actually is, because we don't know what it is. At least us common folk don't know what it is. There's just a whole bunch of rumors, and I really want to know what it is. So I think my educated guess for what the entire system is pretty good. So hear me out. Right, so first off, I think the most important thing to say is that I do not think the Nintendo NX is a hybrid system. At least not in the way that the Eurogamer described. So if you are unfamiliar with the Eurogamer report, let me just kind of summarize it for you. Basically, it says that the NX is a tablet with controllers that connect to the sides. You can take them off and such. And you can take it on the go wherever you want. And then you can bring it back home, put it into some sort of dock, and play games on your television. A hybrid of sorts. So, I don't think that'll work. And let me explain why. Well, first off, in one of the last shareholder meetings that Iwata took part of, a diagram came out of them. And basically this diagram depicted how the Nintendo wants to move forward with their systems and such. They want to create an ecosystem where they have these different systems that work together with tablets and phones and the internet and computers, and sort of all can be interconnected in some way. So basically they want to have multiple devices working seamlessly together. This idea of a hybrid kind of goes against that philosophy. This idea of the hybrid basically would be putting everything together and be going against this idea of multiple devices and having a shared ecosystem. And I think that in and of itself is pretty important. But not counting that, I just don't think a hybrid makes the most business sense. You shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. What happens if the system flops? What else will they have? Not only that, Nintendo has always had multiple devices in the past, and it's done them a really good thing. Yes, the handhelds have been more successful as of late, but they've made more money by selling different kinds of systems. You make more money by selling more. I mean, it's simple math, really. And on top of that, it's not like everyone will buy the hybrid. Some people won't. Some people won't like it. Maybe you need to release different pieces of hardware that may cater to different people so you can gain more in sales. And also there are going to be a lot of people who will buy both, like me. So I just don't think it makes the most business sense. And on top of that, in order for it to be a great home console experience and good handheld experience, it would probably have to be really expensive and consist of many parts. I think, realistically speaking, in order for it to be somewhat affordable, they would be spreading themselves thin. I mean, think about it. So, you're going to have this tablet controller. I'm assuming the controls are going to be flat, because how else would it be comfortable so you can, and portable so you can put it in your pocket and stuff? It wouldn't really work if it wasn't anything but flat, kind of like this, like with this analog and such. It doesn't make sense to me. But then, it wouldn't really be a great home console experience because, well, you have analogs like this. Like, this is, what you want to have. Like, this is what's comfortable. Of course, they could always include an additional controller, but that's kind of increasing the price, isn't it? And not only that, the system would have to be pretty powerful for it to be, kind of a good home console experience. But at the same time, they're making it portable, so you have to shrink down whatever power this system has into a mobile unit, which costs even more money. And on top of that, with so much power, it's going to be a tremendous drain on the battery life. So what kind of battery life are we looking at here? 3-4 hours at best? That's not good for a handheld experience. So, I mean, trying to be a home console and a handheld at the same time just doesn't seem like the best idea to me. You're spreading yourself too thin. I think they would do a lot better by focusing on creating a good home console and focusing on creating a good handheld console. There's more money there, and Nintendo loves money. I just don't think this hybrid idea is going to work. And if it does, it's because they figure out a way to also eventually come out with more systems that are different. But I just don't think a hybrid is going to work here. It doesn't make sense to me. So moving forward, I've already established that I don't think that the NX is going to be a dedicated home console. That's how I feel. But why? What is it going to entail? Well, first off, we already know that Nintendo has unified their gaming divisions. What this means is both their handheld and home console development teams are working together now more closely. which means a lot of software will be shared, and basically just going to mean more software at a steadier rate. That doesn't mean it's going to literally be 2 times more, but maybe like 1.5 times more, because, you know, for example, things like Smash and Mario Kart, there'll only be one Smash or Mario Kart per generation, and you'll be able to play both of them on whatever system you have. So things are going to work better that way. There's going to be more Nintendo games, and to me, this is the most exciting prospect of having a steadier rate of Nintendo games, far less droughts. It's exciting. There's going to be more Nintendo games. It doesn't really get any better than that. So with that, what else could there be? Is it just going to be a Nintendo box? And how strong will it be? Well, I think that there's actually going to be some decent third-party support, and for a few reasons. So let me explain. Actually, I was looking at a shareholder meeting, one of the last ones Iwata took part in, and they were asking him, you know, why did the Wii U fail? Well, one of the reasons was because the message was poor, but also it had no momentum, and he feels that it needed third-party support. It needed support to be pushed forward, but the Wii U didn't have it. And basically, he told him that they're going to work on creating more support for the NX in the future. Not only that, but we also know that Sonic 2017 and not Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest are confirmed to be coming to Nintendo NX, which does imply that the system can run similar games as like the PS4. I mean, the PS4 is also getting those games, as is the Xbox One. So it could be the fact that the NX is at least as strong as the Xbox One, so it could run these ports. But there's even more evidence to suggest that the NX will actually be getting a decent amount of third-party support. Ubisoft they've had multiple interviews about the NX recently, but in the most recent one, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically they say that the NX will bring Nintendo back into the race. And the race is in reference to the competition between Microsoft and Sony and third-party support. By Nintendo getting back into the race, is basically saying that Nintendo is going to have third-party support. Now, you know, I hope this is the case, but basically that is what the NX is aiming for, to have decent third-party support. And it's not inconceivable. Yes, the Wii and the Wii U didn't really have it, but prior to that, they did. Even the GameCube had decent third-party support. I think the NX could at least get to that level of support. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, well, Nintendo only makes weak consoles. They've made the Wii was weak and the Wii U was weak, but before that, Nintendo consoles were competitively powered. And now with the NX, even if they only come out with a system that is about as powerful as PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, if you consider the fact that those systems are going to be around for far longer, I mean, Scorpio is coming out next year, PS4 Pro is coming out this holiday season. Those aren't new generation systems. Those are just going to play the same games but at a higher resolution with HDR and a few other features. They are the same games. Games are still going to be made for the PS4 and Xbox One for years. This generation it has a long way to go. So NX coming out with a system now, 3 years later from when those systems come out, it's going to be pretty easy for Nintendo to create a competitively powered console, at least to the original PS4 and Xbox One. So I think it's at least fair to say that I would expect the Nintendo NX to be around PS4 level, at least. So let me kind of think about where we're at right now. We have a streamlined content from Nintendo, so a lot more Nintendo games, third-party support, and competitively powered. Basically, it's a Nintendo box at this point with third-party support. But will there be anything else that will kind of separate the console from its competition? I think so. So going back to the diagram that we've seen before from shareholder meetings, it talks about an ecosystem working together with different phones and tablets and such. I think that the NX is going to have strong mobile integration. So if you look at how Nintendo has worked with creating new hardware in the past, they've always looked at trending technologies and thought about how they can incorporate that into their next system and how it can benefit the gameplay experience. And look at the Nintendo DS and how they incorporated touchscreens. That was on the rise at the time. The Wii, the motion technology, the 3DS and 3D technology, and even the Wii U and with tablet technology. Now the Wii was a bit of a flop, but nevertheless the concept was still good. It was for other reasons that the Wii U flopped. But anyways, this is kind of how Nintendo functions. They look at technologies that are trending and try to implement them into their hardware. So I think mobile integration is what they're looking at right now. It's a trending technology and it's something that can benefit them. So consider this. Nintendo has said that they want to use their mobile games as avenues to their core games. They want to bring a larger audience to their games, and they also want to highlight their Nintendo IP. And why? Well, because it creates more sales, and there's actually an example of this already. So when Pokemon Go came out, yes, that is the most successful app ever. But it also increased sales for the 3DS dramatically for a small period. It increased by 800% for a little while. Why would it? The Pokemon Go doesn't have any connectivity with the Pokemon games on the 3DS. No, but it raised awareness for the Pokemon franchise. And by raising that awareness to such a large audience, a lot more people looked into Pokemon and bought Pokemon for the 3DS and on top of that, other games. So it increased sales. So Nintendo's going to use their mobile market to increase awareness. As such, they probably want to integrate mobile deeply with the NX, so there can be more interconnectivity and more reason to bring that large mobile audience to the NX to have greater sales. So I think the NX is going to have mobile integration, but to what capacity? Well, so take my phone here. I think at the very least we can expect something like this. Let's say I'm playing Breath of the Wild, and what's going to happen? Well, my friends are playing Mario Kart and they want me to play. So rather than me getting an annoying notification while I'm playing Zelda, the notification will be sent to my phone. So when I want to take a break from Zelda, I can see, oh look, my friends are playing Mario Kart. Let me go catch up with them. Or Miiverse, or something better than that. I'll actually get, kind of like text, I'll get messages from my friends and it can be on my phone. I'm sure you can set up on the console as well, but basically getting notifications to your phone, knowing what's going on with your system and downloads and eShop and just basically communication in general can be done on the phone now. That's what I expect to happen. But not only that, I expect other sorts of mobile integration will be involved as well. With all these different mobile games, I think there will be some sort of connectivity between mobile games and core Nintendo games as well. It will be another reason to look into these other franchises to increase awareness of their IP and sell more games. So I definitely think there's going to be connectivity with their mobile games. But not only that, I think the Eurogame report, basically talked about having a tablet and taking it on the go and playing. I think that may actually originate from something, and I think they were probably experimenting with different things using tablet-like mobile technology, and I think actually that the NX will be able to stream games to phones and tablets and maybe even computers, and you'll be able to play on the go. And that's basically the higher concept that people are excited about without investing in an actual handheld to come with the system. So it'll save a lot of money that way. But who wants to play their games on a handheld? Well, another part of the rumors are these, detachable controllers. And a lot of sources have said, hey, they're going to be detachable controllers. So what if, take this Pro Controller again, you cut it in half, right? So they actually do stick with a Pro Controller, but they split into two pieces, and they add motion controls and advanced rumble. So basically it becomes like a souped up version of the Wiimote Nunchuck or the PlayStation Move. So you can play motion games. Like Just Dance is confirmed for the NX, so motion controls are happening. So that makes sense to me. But not only that, maybe you could take both pieces and attach them to your phone or your tablet. And they could have a little plastic piece that scales for different sizes of phones and tablets, and you can just connect the controller to the side. The controller could connect to the phone or tablet via Bluetooth, and the phone can connect to the NX via Wi-Fi or internet or some sort of streaming technology. This technology does exist. It is definitely feasible, and that would satiate everyone who kind of wants that hybrid concept idea in their system, and it would be a lot cheaper than actually including a handheld with the system. So that's possible, and it could be pretty cool. The rumors do suggest something potentially like that. Now, also with the Boogie panel, apparently he kind of described something similar to that as well. So keep that in mind. So mobile integration, third-party support, competitively powered, steady stream of Nintendo content. Would that be all there is to the NX? Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think Nintendo, all these rumors that kind of indicate something like that, I think there's more to it than just that. Nintendo's a secretive company. I just think there's something else to it. There's got to be something else. I don't know quite what it is, but I know that a lot of developers have said this is a fresh, new, innovative experience. It's something new. It's Nintendo's rebooting themselves. So what is it? Having, streamed gameplay to phones and tablets is not really, anything new. It's been done like 1,000 times. PS3, Vita, there's a random like Mobius tablet thing as well. Like, it's been done before. It's nothing innovative and new. And the mobile integration is cool, but honestly, the Xbox is not really that far from it. They have similar stuff. So, what exactly would it be? Well, there are some patents for augmented reality. Now, patents don't always come to fruition, but it is possible they could be doing something with that, and there are rumors to back it up as well. So maybe Nintendo has found out a way to use augmented reality to enhance the gameplay experience. I don't quite understand how. I mean, there was like that Star Fox animated short where Falco was playing a game that kind of looked like a Wii U sort of, but he started using glasses as well, and that enhances gameplay experience, but we don't exactly know how that worked, and I mean, that's just an animated short. So, many grains of salt. But, there could be something there. There's definitely going to be that X factor, I just don't know what. So, that's basically what I think the features of the NX are going to be. But what about price? Well, first off, I think there's a lot of reasons why the NX will be a lot cheaper. One, since it is coming out a few years after the rest of its competition, it doesn't need to invest as much to make it competitively powered. But not only that, since it would be streaming to a phone or tablet, they don't need to actually put a screen controller or screen device in the system or a camera or anything like that. So that jacks down the price a lot too. But not only that, the system is going to have cartridges. This is all but confirmed in case you're unaware. Like, I mean, all the rumors are suggesting that no one really disagrees that it will not have cartridges. In fact, there have been 2 listings for Breath of the Wild that list it as a cartridge format. So it's all but confirmed. Cartridges are probably going to happen. Now, what's great about this is that there will be no disk drive, so the system will be even cheaper, but there will also be no pre-installs, and games will load faster. So by having no pre-installs, it kind of lessens the necessity of having a hard drive. And I kid you not, Nintendo will probably not have a hard drive. Even if they didn't have cartridges, they won't have a hard drive because they skimp on things to make things cheaper. And that's probably going to be the case here as well. They'll probably support third-party hard drives like they do with the Wii U. They may even include their own version of a hard drive since digital downloads have become more popular now. But it's not going to come with a hard drive. I'm pretty confident of that. It'll probably have a little bit more internal memory though. Maybe 64 or 128 gigs instead of 32. But that's pretty much it. But since cartridges do not need pre-installs, that will probably be enough for most people in the beginning. So I don't think it'll be a big deal. So with all this in mind, I'm going to throw out a number. I think the system is going to be of some value. So I'm thinking probably $299. That is competitively priced, and it, probably high enough of a price for the system can have some decent features and power. Now, what about the reveal? When is it going to happen? Well, I'm just going to give you a date and take with it what you will. But I'm thinking either the Direct is going to be announced next Tuesday or the Tuesday after, and the Direct will be on either Thursday, depending on when the announcement is. And that's what's going to happen first. It's going to be a Direct. If you look at what happened with the Wii U, the messaging when it was revealed was very bad. And that's why the Nintendo Directs came to be. It came from that tremendous calamity. Nintendo wants to control their message now, which is why we probably haven't heard anything about them, because they're taking a lot of time, not because they're nervous, not because they're overconfident, but because they really want to make sure that they deliver this message as well as they can. So expect a Direct first within the next few weeks, and there will probably be some sort of live event afterwards for the press to get hands-on with the system. That's what I think is going to happen. So basically, I think Nintendo's going for this beautiful ecosystem where all their IPs can be boosted by mobile games, boosting their awareness. There will be third-party support, a steady stream of Nintendo content on a competent controller that can pretty much accomplish anything. And that's what I think the Nintendo system is going to be. And it's going to be fantastic. IGN's Per Schneider, he actually feels that Nintendo is going for a reboot. He knows some things. He has in insider sources. Of course, he rides IGN, and he basically what he's described, Nintendo, the NX is going to be a reboot. It's a new, fresh start for them. So I think they're going to be focusing on the naming and the branding of Nintendo. They are focusing on the IPs and the branding of Nintendo. So expect the name Nintendo to be included in the NX name, whatever it actually ends up being. Maybe it'll just be called Nintendo X. That's kind of cool to me. So that's what I think the Nintendo NX is going to be, guys. My educated guess, Nintendo's highly unpredictable, so even if I did come up with a pretty decent analysis of what we actually know, it could be completely wrong. Who knows? So thanks for watching, guys. I know this is a little long, but there's a lot to say, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like, and if you want to debate a little bit or talk about potential features for the NX, let's talk about it in the comments below. And also, if you want to see more content from me, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. Anyways, guys, that's all for now. Peace.